any ridiculous tier 3 character.
I'm not gonna say that after last game. Last game started getting crazy when I thought I was still gonna be farming for a little while.
Yeah, that's true. Something to keep our eyes on, but I don't know. I just feel like, especially with an anti-mage in this game, it could take a while for us to get going. However, with that being said, some instructions going underway. Virtus Pro Polar, the winners of the first game. DK Phobos playing the Puck, the farming hero in this lane. Godlike on the Yogi Magi. Little will be on the Shadow Demon. Mid lane, it's going to be Scandal playing the Magnet, so a bit different than what we thought. TC getting harassed down by Scandal as well. Top lane, it is going to be Illidan again on Medusa. Ice Mike, your off-lane Brewmaster for Snom. We'll see TC on your Templar Assassin. Whitebeard on your Rubik roaming towards the mid lane. Fluff on your Ancient Apparition, and Ush is playing your Anti-Mage. So they're actually doing really well in this lane down bottom. They really can't get close for sneaking success because they can't get any farm. Whitebeard's going to roam on Scandal. He has telekinesis. Can't get in range to pop it just yet. He doesn't have too much speed, so we'll catch up to Scandal. We'll right him down a bit, but not going for the kill. So just harassing him out of the lane.
I've been sneaking next to Assassins said, okay, we can't do anything bottom, so we're going to send a Rubik roaming run. He's going to put pressure on the Medusa, so Medusa isn't free farming at the same time.
Viper's going to head top. Illidan is, well, he's going to be wrapped on currently. He does have his ward though, so he knows this is happening. He'll walk right into Whitebeard. Right quick some months, but Whitebeard not taking that much damage, and he just backs away, and Ice can't get 80. He does have to slap, but it's only level 1, however. Bouncing up with it for Lil, he's going to walk up to the high ground where Fluff can see him clearly. Lil is just going to maybe throw up his disruption if she wants to. We're just going to zone him back out. So this is the problem now for Mixed Assassins. They're not getting any farm on us in this bottom lane, like at all. They're starting to get farm for Ice Mike in the top lane, but they really are going to try to shut down Medusa, and I think that's important. And Illidan, if they can bring him down this game, they can certainly get a victory here. And TC, I think, is going to be the biggest factor coming out for Mixed Assassins. If you can get involved in a lot of kills early, then all of a sudden this game becomes a bit more difficult for Virtus Pro Polar, whereas they're already pretty much winning every game. Down bottom though, Ush getting caught out, they're going to use the Illusion Orb. Godlike already fire blasted. Easy blink for Ush though. Level 2, he's not going to get caught out. There was no disruption for Lil, so he wasn't even there at the time.
Whitebeard is sitting top, trading extremely aggressively on Illidan.
Yeah, this is very scary. Fluff was actually coming in as well. Whitebeard maybe could have gotten that kill. He had telekinesis up in 1 second, but Illidan backs away. And realizing that they have this ward.
He knew exactly where Fluff was, because when Fluff was over around the top rune area, Creeps gave vision of him and he got pinged out by Lil. So they knew that Fluff was rotating up, and he knew he could sit there and trade until he saw him in the Observer ward.
And this is what they need to do, I think, against Virtus Pro Polar. I mean, Illidan's already going back home right now, which is very important. Again, you can always get back into the game and do so. You have that farming ability, but this is what I think they should have done from the word go. And now they're starting to be aggressive a bit more. But this leaves us in the bottom lane getting not much. He has 5 last hits, so that's more than maybe you'd expect, but it's still pretty bad.
It's a hard game for the Anti-Mage right now. Not as hard for the Medusa, because he at least got the first couple of waves.
Which reminds me of a game where Navi was playing against Shadows in the past, where sneaking and flying Anti-Mage, and he got literally no farm. He had 2 deaths and 20 last hits at the 20-minute mark. Or 10-minute mark rather, and he still was able to carry his game at about 30 minutes in, just by getting Battle Fury through sheer willpower alone. So, I mean, for us, it's just don't die since in his bottom lane, and maybe someday it'll be your Battle Fury.
Now, Snot doesn't know what to do with their supports. They sent them top, and then VP supports rotated up there. They're starting to send Whitebeard back to bottom lane right now, but VP is gonna see this, and they'll probably send their supports back down to Puck. Their cores in top and bottom are actually able to get stuff when their supports are gone, whereas Brewmaster isn't able to get too much alone other than experience, and Anti-Mage is the same thing, not getting too many creep kills. Meanwhile, the support levels, if you look at the EXP per minute, it's absolutely terrible for Snon. Their support's getting very underleveled, which is going to play a huge factor in the mid game. In the first couple of fights, it's going to be very hard for Snon.
Fluff's still level 1, man. Like, at this point, this is looking real bad for Phoenix Assassins. It's just their support level alone. And on top of that, it's not like the Furies are getting that much farm. Their cores in the mid area, rather bottom on top lane. TC's getting a decent amount. But in comparison, I don't know. This is Fire Blast coming in, Whitebeard getting caught out. Phobos is going to throw his orb as well. Fadebolt's going to fly, but that's for his blood for Godlike. Cold Feet will connect on Godlike. He's getting low, but that's not going to latch him there for much longer. Blink forward, they want this kill. He's literally been taking 0 life. He's got 8 armor, and he's tangling up. But here comes TC to secure the kill. and he is literally not unkillable. He will go down to fluff, and that's gonna get him a lot at least. It's gonna get him up to level 2, almost level 3, and that actually gets some more gold going for Ush as well, which is very important early on in this game.
Top lane IX Mike manned up into Illidan. They just kind of whacked each other for a little while, and then IX Mike ran away.
Standard IX Mike play coming out in that Brewmaster. He's sitting here, he's farming up. Oh, he's very low, he gets hit up with a snake, and he actually has to go back home. He's gonna salve, actually. Just kidding. He doesn't need to go back home. He also has to salve as well, so he'll try to get his Blink next because he doesn't need to go for Arcanes, because he has that bottle, but they're gonna try to go for a killing South and an Elder, but he's gonna back up. And they have wars in this jungle, and it's free good right now. I think they make sure that Fluff doesn't get spotted here, but I think they have a feeling that he's probably somewhere in the vicinity.
You know, Anti-Mage gets disrupted on bottom lane, gets silenced afterwards, but it was just a little bit of harass. Ush this game did not skill Mana Break at all yet because of those images coming out from Shadow Demon. If you skill it up and you get silenced after disruption, you could be completely oomed and dead because you can't blink away.
Yeah, that's actually smart, I think. So.
Usually you'll see anti-mages get a magic stick. I say usually, but you don't really see anti-mages, and anti-mages against Shadow Demon at that. But you can get a magic stick, so you can get your mana back after you burn it off yourself, and you save a point to skill into Mana Break whenever you go for a kill. Which he did not do either. He put his extra point to his stats.
Oh boy, got black. Oh, they didn't spot him. They're looking for Illidan. He's going to use his Mystic Snake. There's the Chilling Touch. Whitebeard gets obliterated by that one-handed Mystic Snake. Ulti went through, didn't do anything there. There's the Fire Blast on Fluff. He's about to fall. Mike getting chased down by the Medusa. Fluff about to go down. Just the right clicks alone of Godblack. He will fall. Meanwhile, there's a skewer coming through. RP as well. Disruption. No! Oh, Mike. He will get away. Virtus Pro Polar with the misplay there. RP into the disruption. You try to skewer afterwards. Some miscommunication from Virtus Pro Polar.
They wouldn't have gotten that kill regardless. RP doesn't last long enough for them to finish him off, but they would have forced out the Brewmaster ult, which is important by itself.
And they don't do either in that situation. They don't get the kill, they didn't force out the blue ult. Nice saves in the top lane. He gets more gold, he's up to 1,000 now, so rotation back mid towards TC. He's probably fine. He actually has a decent amount of farm. Wraith Band, Bottle, Phase Boost, got 2 GG branches, which will probably turn into a wand here in just a moment. 38 last hits. Second most of the game behind. Phobos is sitting at 43 with free farm in the bottom lane. They'll have a pretty early flank. Regen is going to be picked by Scandal. They'll have RP in 68 seconds. So, again, it's just trying to create space for Virtus Pro Polar to get some items up on their course, especially Medusa. He's going to be going for Olympic 3 yet again. Anti-Mage is sitting on, it seems to be, he actually just has 450 gold in the bank. He's got a Coin Blade, Runic Health, and Torment Shield, so he can't even get in the lane right now. That's a problem.
Godblack's skill build is something to watch this game. Right now, he's level 4 with 2 points in his Fire Blast and Ignite. You've got to wait and see when he starts taking points in Bloodlust. He might start doing it at 8, 9, 10, and 12. Get his 4 points in Bloodlust to buff Medusa. That would be the choice I would make here, because they're really trying to buff up this Medusa with those hero picks.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't get too much out of Ignite later on in the game.
Just for the early chase defense, I think it's really nice here, and just the damage over time, but...
Yeah, 2 points is good. I wouldn't put more than that in it, though.
Well,
unless he starts getting crazy amounts of levels soon.
Which could happen theoretically. I mean, you get a big RP coming through. I mean, they're trying to go on TC right now. Disruption's going to fly, Soul Catcher's going to go as well. Looks like he's going to kind of creep, unfortunately. TC, he's going to get Fire Blasted, he's going to get Ignited as well. He's going to Melt Strike, they will use the big RP coming in from Scandal, and TC does fall. Almost going to be killing Godblack, however, though, at least turning that around, so... Nice little play there just to get that kill. They, of course, Soul Catcher could probably get that kill without RP, I'm not sure, but at least they lock him down and they bring him down, so...
Good levels for their supports, getting the kill on them solo mid.
God, Fluff can't buy a level right now, he's level 3 still.
Yep, the supports and stun need to get a kill somehow. But I don't see them killing Medusa, I don't see them killing the Magnus, and I definitely don't see them killing the Puck unless he farms with Illusory Orb. Which he hasn't been doing.
Godblack. I mean, he's got 8 armor, he's got 1,000 health at level 5.
Yeah, that's
he's
true.
He's actually tanky as hell.
Yeah. It's a hard life for the stun supports right now because of their laning decisions of, oh, we can't lane here, let's run around.
That disruption actually saved him from the side trap. Illidan is going to get brought down with the telekinesis, but still it doesn't matter. Buyback coming in, or no, I just heard the sound for whatever reason. Cycling up, that'll be on Ogre. He's going to just get up in the air. Illidan's still very tanky with Mana Shield. Steals through. Skibble does not have RP, but Mike does not have his ultimate anymore. Lil's getting brought low, but it doesn't matter. There's going to be the Dream Coil onto 2. TC going down as well. He falls to the Shockwave. Whitebeard in one right click. Phobos has his illusory orb in 1 second here, and he might go down. No, he stays alive. And they will trade 2 for 1 effectively. Scandal teaches back home. Nice fight going the way of Virtus Pro Polar. And again, they're starting to lead the way here. In fact, they go bottom. Scandal trying to fight up against Ush. He's just trying to sit and farm for his life. They can't get anything done in this lane.
Yeah, they don't want him to let Ush have anything. He's been getting some farm in the jungle, but it's not much. Nyx is in a position where they had to try to force something and try to get a kill. Panda ult is their best utility for trying to team fight and get kills, and they just don't have the damage. It's not there for them. Their supports are 200 level. They don't get enough out of their Panda. Or he can't do enough by himself, I should say. And VP was able to counter that and take a good fight, killing off 2 of the cores of Sna.
Oh, that's a career that they can just maybe kill. No, they instead walk past it. They want to get a kill on a hero. They're going to find a flip out of position. As if this game wasn't hard enough for him. He gets blocked and trapped and they drop the kill. Lil's going to get cold feet, but that doesn't really matter.
They did an aggressive smoke to put pressure on Anti-Mage and get wards into the Radiant jungle so they can keep playing aggressively, and they just happen to find Fluff and stuff at the same time. Ush just blanked.
Yeah, he doesn't
Disruption's
have disruption
cooldown. Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, so he's going to stay alive. They can't get Fire Blast off. They're not in range, but they're going to pressure this tier 1 tower. They're doing such a good job of creating space for pretty much every hero on the map for Virtus Pro Polar. I mean, even though Illidan is forming the jungle currently, not that he's his first range, that's not really an issue anymore. He doesn't have skills shot yet, obviously, like the last game, but still. This is getting very, very difficult for Sna very quickly.
Yes. They got out-strategized this game heavily in the early game by Godblock and VPP.
And now that's a blink aggro 12 minutes in for mid lane game. He was not off lane, not that it matters. I mean, there's already a blink on the Coke anyway, so really isn't much of a difference there. Yep. It's actually kind of ridiculous. 75 last hits now from Medusa, so still getting back into it. Not quite what Illidan had earlier, but still pretty good. They have the highest in net worth right now, the top 3 anyways. And CC, his involvement has been pretty minimal. I mean, that early team fight that you saw a minute ago really didn't pay off. They do have an ancient stack going, and he's going to maybe try to take this, but I don't know how much that's going to give him in terms of net worth and actual usefulness in these fights. It just feels like right now Nyx Assassins are losing pretty much every single one of their lanes, and they don't have that late game carry to get them back into it. Not at least right now, because Medusa's also got that late game carry potential, and Illidan's getting up there, so.
They don't really have the greatest pick-off potential. They almost have a blink on, or they do have gold for the blink now on Ike's Mike, and Fluff is getting close to level 6. That'll help them out a bit.
That's
bottom lane.
Skewer as well. Soul Catcher, he's gonna try to blink, but there's the Fire Blast. Nicely played. Easily done coming up from Virtus Pro Polar, so 1 RP, 1 kill. Good trade coming out from Virtus Pro and Scandal.
There's more than enough pick-off potential on VPP, but Nyx can't really get anything going for themselves right now.
No, they really can't. I mean, they're just going to keep us shut down, and they're going to keep Illidan farming top lane, and then we'll just see a repeat of what happened in the last game, except to a much greater extent. You're not going to have any items for Nyx Assassins. You're not going to need to get a rapier from Medusa, I don't think, at least not as early as they did in the previous game, which wasn't really that early at all. But and Ike's Mike is really the only hero that can do anything at this point, and that's not much. And you talk about how they need other heroes to help him with that. There's no farm from Whitebeard for him to do any damage. They're not even close to Ancient Apparition's Ice Blast. Actually, he is level 5 now, which is, they've given him some room for experience, but it just feels like Virtus Pro Polar are in a situation where they're just out farming and out playing and sneaking Nyx Assassins at every turn.
And TC on the TA is going for a Yasha right now, so he's not trying to get a Blink or a BKB or something to fight early with. So he's gonna have problems living in these fights.
And I think in Virtus Pro Polar they can just play aggressively for the next couple of minutes because they are ahead by a bit. I'm not sure by how much, but it seems to be 5,000 net worth for Virtus Pro Polar. And experience-wise, it's about 4,000 as well. So they have this lead going their way. And I don't really know what to do here.
If you're Sna, your plan is to farm up on your heroes as much as you can, and hope that VP throws. That's kind of what it's at with how behind they are right now. I mean, if they do mess up in one fight, VPP, they'll give a lot back to Sna and put them right back in the game.
Absolutely, that's the crazy thing with this patch. Although it was changed, obviously, we talked about that a bit earlier, but that's still, there's a good chance that this changes. And
it's not like they're behind too far on things other than experience. They do have 6 now on Fluff, which helps out a lot, but their Rubik is still only level 4. Rubik is actually closer to Blink than he is to level 6. How crazy is that?
That's
just from the passive gold gain.
But that actually, without level 6, that doesn't give you that much. I mean, even having a Blink, it's nice, but...
The Sna stack is getting ganked by VPP. That hurts.
Oh, they're gonna smoke out. Looking for Illidan. He has his Mystic Shield on, so he's gonna pop that up. And VP are just saying, okay, well, we have this tower we can take, or we just go back and Illidan's probably getting ganked, we can maybe help him. Blink clap, split going through, us gonna try to fight on him, and he's gonna try to mana burn him down as much as possible. Ancient have to push an Ice Blast, will connect, but big RP onto 3, Blink 4, there's gonna be a waiting rip. Now Phobo's still going to work, TC getting low, they pop the invis, they bring down the Medusa, but how much is that going to really affect? Shockwave missed on TC, he pops the invis rune, he's still alive, they're looking for more. IX Mike 88 is gonna get out, they have no skewer coming through. And a 2-for-1 trade does go. They can't connect on anybody. They did Medusa, that's nice. They can't get anything else other than those 2 heroes. Those 2 supports coming up from Sna, so.
Yeah, that fight actually went pretty well for Sna. They have to commit everything if they want to kill. So they can't fight when VP TPs in reinforcements. That Invis rune saving TC is what made that fight good for them. They were able to kill off the core and they only lost their 2 supports that are underleveled anyway. Underleveled, underfarmed.
Well played coming out from the Virtus Pro Polar, but at the same time, this assassin is getting a pretty big kill there. TC saves a lot, he runs away and TP's out. And now it's just back to Department Crush and the rest of the CC and Assassin Squad. It's Claymore, the Perseverance, it's getting closer and sourcing that battle period, which is going to be about 20 minutes in, but at least it's something. Will's getting chased down, Ice Blast is going to go, and that actually just kills him. That the Ice Blast right click and no strike, just too much damage. Phobos is going to jaunt away. His Blink wasn't ready to go, but he's going to get out now. Godlike in the top lane is going to Fire Blast Mike. Mike doesn't have a split. Godlike's going to use Bloodlust on himself, and he's just going to walk out. And I think you're right, this is the build that he's going for. He's going to get Bloodlust and the next couple of levels here. Meanwhile, Phobos looks like he's close to grabbing kill on Whitebeard. Scandal gets a kill on the bottom lane on Ush, using the RP, I imagine. No, it's actually on cooldown. They just used the Skewer and Shockwave and power from Illidan.
Yeah, they had Ush just blinks in and men fights with Illidan, and he gets skewered, can't blink during it, and just dies to magic damage and right clicks from Illidan.
The crazier thing too is that you don't need that much damage because you do have Empower now on your Medusa, and it actually gives you so much. I mean, he's 103 plus 18 split shot on him, which is pretty nice, so. It's actually just ridiculous.
Medusa's item build might change a little bit this game because he does need to get an MKB for later on against Panda.
Drunken Haze and Drunken Crawler are going to be pretty annoying to deal with, so. Oh. We'll have to see how things go here.
Another smoke from Sna, trying to fight around every time Panda ult is up, which it is right now. IX Mike on Panda just bought a Sobi mask, or Sage's mask rather, so he's going to be working towards a Vlad's.
He's ready to go. He jumps in. There's the split coming in. Mystic Snake. Not used. Illidan in trouble. The Ice Blast doesn't connect in terms of actual damage, but they do get it off. But big RP. Looks like it's on the 4. What can they do with this Scandal? Going to work. Fluff gets brought low as well. Beautiful RP. TC's going to get brought down on top of it all. Big fight. Scandal with the RP going to work. IX Mike now going to get brought low as well. All the while, Ice is farming bottom, but it doesn't matter. They're going to lose a 4th hero. He's going to fall. IX Mike 88. Shockwave down. Scandal triple kill. Magnus is real. Meanwhile, Phobos is going into Ush, and they almost got a 5th kill there. Oh, what a huge fight. I'm going the way of VP Polar, and they are just making Sna work for this game. They are so far down right now after that engagement. My god.
Yeah, they didn't have the damage to bring down Illidan. Godlike was sitting there protecting him, and he actually stunned the TA as TA was running up to put a Melt Strike into Illidan. Delaying that made it so there's absolutely no way Medusa was going to die.
Looking at it right now. 20 minutes in. What do you do in this situation here if you're Sneaky Nick's assassins? He talks about having them sit back and then farm up and then just trying to fight around, especially the Brewmaster Ultimate, but they're trying to smoke up, they're trying to find kills, and it's really not working out for them because they're getting further and further behind, and then stuff like this happens. I don't know if you needed to stream pro there, Phobos. I don't know if you needed that, but I mean, I guess it's fine to get the kill anyways. Yeah, so in this situation, what do you do here?
The map's pretty dark for Sna. They almost have their blink on Rubik, which is nice, but even if he steals RP, they don't have the damage. He just, yeah. Their anti-mage needs to have, like, Manta already on top of the battlefield he just finished, but he doesn't. It's just a hard game. Hope your enemies throw.
Right now, it's not the one they are. They're doing quite very well. British Pro Bowler seems to be thriving, especially on this Luxembourg server. 4-16, and I don't know. I mean, at some point in time, you're going to have to make a decision. You can keep trying to smoke here, but I think they just want us to get more from him. He does have his battle tree now, so that is at least a good sign. And this is maybe where it gets a bit easier. They also have the blink on Rubik like you talked about. Again, spell steal, how important is it going to be in this game, though? We'll have to find out. RP's the biggest spell probably in the game to steal at this point. At least during your team's fight, so. Yeah, it's BKB done also, some actors too. So I mean, they're ready to fight. I don't even know if they need that BKB either. It's not like he's really getting caught out with, you know, the way his RPs have been going, so. Comes out of position and Sneaky Assassins and British Pro Bowler are ready to fight. They're going to try to push into this mid lane. TC is going to be pinged on here. Will is looking for initiation, he can't find it. And he actually doesn't have any mobility items. He only has his strength with boots, obviously. And, well, now the tower's going to get pressured. They're actually just using Illidan as a pushing source here. He's going to come through and try to fight with them. Yasha is going to be done here. A bit of alacrity put on him currently. He just actually needs to be in. They'll just get to finish that off. And he's going to go to town. I mean, he's got empower. He's got a ton of damage. He also has Bloodlust as well, so.
And they've got 4 points to disruption for him.
Blink, silence, Grimco, Ix, Mike, can they bring him low enough? BKB, RP onto 2! Whitebeard's gonna fall as well, collateral damage. Lose your was stolen right before he died, so he just says, hey, at least I got something out of that, but no, not so much. They take the 2-1 tower.
And instead of going for 2, they decide to port Illidan bottom so Anti-Mage can't take a tower. They want to gold starve Nyx Assassins completely and not give them anything on the map.
Actually just awful for us. He can't do anything in this game, it feels like. He's just like, oh guys, let me get something out of that. He has to go to the enemy team ancients, which is sad. Nicely for him, but I don't know if they know that he's there. Not that it matters at this point. Check Roche, lose your sees, AM. Yeah, no, Fulgus just walks away. Looks like he's scout.
Nighttime vision?
Yeah, the nighttime vision actually helping us survive in that situation. He's just sitting here without a TC scroll, so this is going to put pressure on Seriously Stop and Seriously Bottom Tower. Wolves here with
He's
Medusa.
going for the courier kill right now. Anush, maybe? Nope.
Uh-oh. Well, disruption, soul catcher,
Have follow-up though.
poison, and not enough. He had plenty of mana for blink, so.
Gem up on DK Phobos to just further cripple Sneaky Nyx Assassins.
Oh god, like, no. He's gonna have to RP? Yeah. RP now down. Ice Blast is gonna go. Scammel gets stunned up. Godlike gets hit up by that as well, but he's gonna try to TP out. He's already pretty low. And Phobos will get a kill down in the mid lane. That'll be on the Anti-Mage. Meanwhile, there's the disruption. TC's coming in. He's gonna try to TP out Demonic Purge. And they can't stop him from doing so. He makes that alive. And actually, Scammel survives back in the well. His BKB helping him out enough there to stay alive against that Internet Burst and Ice Blast. All the meanwhile, Illidan is in the bottom lane. Every single lane is just getting absolutely destroyed for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They lose the tier 2 tower down bottom. It's ridiculous.
Their heroes just couldn't do anything about that either. They were committing heroes to mid after they lost Ush. They were trying to fight that. They were trying to farm up top, and Ix might use his ult up there so he can TP. They don't have a hero that can stand on going against Medusa really, and feel safe knowing that there's 2 blinks on BPP.
Oh my god. This is just ridiculous for them now. It just feels like your heroes can't do anything period. This is the heroes couldn't do anything in that situation. They can't do anything period now, man. There's only 4 kills across the map coming out for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. The Manta style is now done for Illidan's Storm Rage. And there's, I think, no split for another, 40 seconds or so. They don't need to get Roshan, although they could. They're taking the last two in the mid lane. And all of a sudden, the pressure is now on Sticky Nix's to get something going, but it just feels like every fight that they're in, they can't get anything going. They can't get the jump on British Polar, and they're going to take over the tower here on the back end. It's pretty big progression, so.
BKB's finished on TC, which is nice, but they still have RP that goes through that on BPP side.
Yeah. And the right click ability as well, that's the thing too. It's just like, well, I mean, how much is that EA going to do for you? Especially if he gets RP, they can get that pretty much entire combo off before he gets his BKB off, so. Oh, Ush. Fire Blast, there it goes. Multicast the 3 times, the skewer, they will break him down. They had to work for that one, but they do get it. They're actually going to chase after Illidan. Mantis Style is going to go. Soul Catcher's going to fly. They're going to go, of course, Medusa. Now the Primal Split's going to go. Maybe they can bring down Illidan here. This could be big. Did pop his Manta and the flip shot as well. Still getting chased down. Cyclone on Lilith. Dream Coil on the backside. That'll actually be on Whitebeard. Looks like he might get brought low and will get brought down on the back end. Illidan is going to fall though to TC finally getting involved. He gets a kill, a huge one, and that a double kill for TC. He's doing some work. DK Phobos though on the backside gets a double kill. Skewer back out of TC. He's getting brought out. There's going to be the Melt Strike doing some work. Some Godblack comes in. Fire Blast Ignite going in as well. Skewer. He's got the Urn on top of him, winning. Rip TC about to fall, and will. Triple kill for Phobos. They might lose everybody. The split already called. There's GG. 0-2 coming out for Sneaky Nick's Assassins in the first game, the first day of Dota Pit Season 2. And Virtus Polar on the back end of a fantastic Medusa pick. And a great draft from Godblack. Go up 2-0 and take the series nicely. And they win their first map.
Yeah, the first game, Sneaky Nick's Assassins did the same picks that they did in 6.81.